Settling in was such a rough process for us. We were all pretty badly affected by jet lag, and there was this pretty intense pressure as soon as we hit the ground to just run as fast as we could towards jobs, towards housing, towards all that other stuff. And stuff's kind of hard to get done here when you don't know what's going on, because it's basically anarchy, more or less. Something gets controlled. There's a city out there that the anarchy flows around and through, but it's, you can navigate it, but it takes a second.
Doing a job search going to Vietnam was like rewinding back to the 90s when all the web pages were like super colorful and they weren't really well put together. There's really no professional information aggregator.
Hello, I'm calling to see if the director is in today for hiring. No? Anytime later today? Wow, he just hung up. He was like, no, 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 and hung up.
Okay, let's pull up some more numbers.
So far, so good.
Pull up some more numbers.
Okay. Is this an ESL school? Every time I said hello, I was talking to a new person.
Not a number. Well, the thing that impresses me about, say, the first one is that if someone called up me on the phone and started just talking at me in Vietnamese, there was no way I know enough Vietnamese to say, "You have the wrong number," very angrily before I hung up. I think I would listen for longer, too, out of curiosity.
I think we kind of hit a wall. Jobs seemed like they were stalling. We sent out the emails, and we'd hit a couple schools. Matt spent the better part of the day driving around to schools and dropping out applications, and it seemed like at that point nothing was really coming of it. And so there's a general feeling of frustration, maybe. We started second guessing this country as our first location, or as a viable location.
For everything we've read, the best thing to do is just go out on foot, start to visit a bunch of places, drop off resumes, and look clean-cut and professional. I don't know if this is an actual school, but I'll go in and ask. Well, based on the 7 stairs that I got walking in, I don't think that was a school.
No jobs yet.
We had done almost no research into Vietnam, but the little research we had done assured us that jobs here were like ripe fruits hanging low from trees, and you just reached out and plucked them. And that housing was pretty much super easy too. So that turned out to be not entirely true.
All right, I'm gonna go with Rob on, what was that thing where all the Indians walked along it and they died?
That's a terrible comparison. The Trail of Tears?
Oh, I didn't say it, Matt. I think you said it.
Oh, I had no idea how we were going to find housing. I guess originally I thought we'd look in a paper, look at Craigslist, see, oh, there's a house here, let's go look at it, maybe get it. Thought it would be kind of similar, maybe kind of similar to the US, and it was nothing at all like that. So the initial housing search, we got a street from Matt called Go Yang Street. It's hard to describe how disorienting it was, because it didn't, it didn't even look as inviting as Pham Ngu Lao, and Pham Ngu Lao is a very dreadful place. And you dropped off there and it's just street vendors all the way down, and there's garbage all over the street. And the thought, I had pictured this nice, I didn't picture a fancy place that we'd all live in by far, but I pictured a a nice hotel or a nice guest house, and we'd all have rooms, and it wouldn't be so bad, and you know, there'd be a place to hang out. And then you get there, and it's just, it was so different from how I thought it would be.
Okay. So we're lounging here on the luxurious balcony for one of the rooms.
Number 4 of the hotels. The nice thing about going to these hotels is that we can rent the place for a couple of nights, see if we like it, and actually live here for a while. And then we can rent it for 3 months if we decide we like it.
It's just such a pain in the ass.
That's a pain in the ass, but it's more of a pain in the ass if we end up in Roach City.
That's true. We had a special guided tour on this one where they gave us a stack of keys and then went back to playing cards.
Yeah.
And the lights aren't on inside. It's all dark.
Just one, not 3?
3 months.
3 months?
The way it works is that apartments are large and pretty cheap and require 6-month to 1-year contracts, just like everywhere on the planet where there's apartments. And for hotels, they're not that fun to stay in here. We say hotel, but it's more like a double deluxe hostel. And then there's these things called guest houses, which are halfway in between, and they're awful.
I don't know. So far it's been pretty wild. We're out in the alley, and there are a couple of women who just saw us walking in the alley, knew we were looking for rooms, and just have been leading us from one hotel to the next. And I think we figured out their game, right?
We think they have deals with certain ones and they have to get paid off.
Yeah, like if it's like a commission thing for bringing us in. Because there was one that we looked at that we pointed to, and they're like, no, we don't go to that one.
So the other theory is that they want us to tip them out at the end.
Yeah,
or both.
I'm sure that we might get asked one way or another. So yeah, so we're gonna keep up the tour.
Also, temperature update, it's still 10 trillion degrees.
It's so fucking hot. Okay. I know, it's really ridiculously hot everywhere we go.
Entire building. You know where we should go after Vietnam? The North Pole.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of promising at first, but a lot of us just haven't really been having fun.
The numbers are not gonna work out, we're not getting jobs. We can't find housing to save our lives.
On top of that, we hit some problems with production too. Getting tapes out of the country was going to be a problem.
There was a lot of concern there that we should go somewhere where jobs are more stable, the city has laws, more laws. And so then I don't remember how the discussion initially got started, probably after some particularly rough day, where someone's like, well, what we can do is just get the fuck out of here, go to Korea right now, and it would solve all of our problems.
We'd sacrifice so much, and you know, for me, being away from my wife is just, it's really, really hard. And to think that I gave up any time, I gave up a minute with her to come out here and be miserable and have to deal with shit all the time and not be happy and not even try. I mean, to be honest, we didn't try. It was too much for me to bear.
What it really came down to it, at some point, we were going through this, and we were writing resumes again, and I just thought, there's no way we can go through all this again and then leave a country that we haven't even seen yet. Adventures can be difficult sometimes, and maybe we were going to have to find a way to make it work here.
Jesus H. Christ, guys, we're standing on a rooftop in Saigon.
Yeah. Wow. So crazy. Never like picture it.
No,
Always way different.